2, 1. So technically we're live, but it's not detecting. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Okay, welcome, everyone, to the Lord of the Noobs tournament. We got Zizka versus Jaxto today in the, I think, quarterfinals. We've already kind of gotten things set up a little bit. Yeah, it's quarterfinals. We've got their civs here. So for Jaxto, we have the Poles, Portuguese, Mongols, Saracens, Byzantines, Spanish, and Koreans. And then for Zizka, we have the Turks, Cumans, Bohemians, Portuguese, Poles, Teutons, and Spanish. Joining me to comment on it is JD and a little bit of Vannon here from the community.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
We've also got Zizka and Jaxto in the channel to do the bands. So I'm gonna do a coin toss, and Jaxto, call it. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. It was heads. So go ahead and go first. If you didn't already DM each other's civs, I will do that now to you guys. Yeah, so the last set that we had Matt versus Ben, HMD versus Bearded Korean, and it was a really good set. Suggest everybody go back and look at it while it's going, and also hear it while it's playing.
Who won?
No spoilers.
No
No
spoilers.
spoilers.
No
Go watch the
spoilers.
video. You want to be that guy on YouTube to go to the very end and see 2 ones? Do it. But we're not going to spoil it for you.
Yeah, and now we have Ben here as well. Hello, Ben.
Hello.
Who won?
Reds won.
Reds won.
Because he had to leave so he could leave that painful experience.
Nice. All right, Jaxto. First band, you got one? Hello?
Yes, humans.
I can't hear you.
Humans?
Cumans. All right, first band, Cumans. Zizka? What do you think? What are you thinking?
Portuguese.
Portuguese. Nice. All right. And then throws back to Jaxto.
Turks.
And Turks. Sick. And back to Zizka.
Let's get rid of.
I feel like I should have a little bit of music for the beginning part, but
Bump, 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 bump.
it's all right.
Get rid of pulls.
Pulls. Great choice. All right, so now I'm going to throw you guys into a channel mute and deafen you guys for good measure, and then Zizka, I want you to DM me when you guys are ready, and then I'll load into the game, and then we'll get started. How's that sound?
It sounds good, Jack. So I need to remake it real fast because I didn't turn blind civ on or civ pick on.
All right. So now we're gonna talk about what we think will happen.
Super excited for this set. It's going to be fun, it's going to be competitive, and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Jaxto's left with Mongols, Saracens, Byzantine, Spanish, and Koreans. Zizka's left with Bohemian, Portuguese, Poles, Teutons, and Spanish. It would be great if we saw Spanish v Spanish on the
Opening map.
opening map. That would be great. But I think if I was Jaxto, I'd pick Byzantines, and I think if I was Zizka, I might pick Bohemians, just to be safe, you know. But just waiting for them to make the game and then get started. They're gonna launch into the game and then pause it, and then I'm gonna launch into spectate mode, and we're gonna spectate together here. Sounds good.
Perfect.
Yeah, I stayed up a little bit too late last night, a little groggy, but gonna get some casting going. We're gonna keep it lively. All right. Looks like we're loading in. I don't see him yet.
Oh, we're looking for the game.
He said, okay. Okay, they're gonna start the game. Mutant deafen them.
Hey.
I'm excited. This is actually gonna be one of the matchups that I'm excited for.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good fun match. Both very talented players. Both have very capable civs.
All right, loading into the game now. And oh, he's got a delay on it.
Well, looks like we'll be waiting.
A 2-minute delay. Now I have to fill for 2 more minutes. I mean, that's fine.
Yuzi, how's your day going?
Good. Should probably eat more food. I didn't really have too much yet, but good. Took my dog out, walked around. Made sure she's good and exercised so that I don't feel bad being on the computer for a little bit. Gonna go see a movie later. What about you?
What movie are you looking to see?
The new Jonathan Wickingham.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do we know what civs they chose yet?
Yeah, we do.
They're gonna wait to do the introductions though.
Yeah, but we're gonna wait for the intro
the
here.
anticipation is just absolutely killer.
Well, I was running through some practice games with both of them to give them some warm-ups. So I guess I was curious.
Yeah, weren't you practicing with someone else too? Was it Matt? Before his set?
I didn't have a chance to give Matt any warm-up games. I ran through a few with Zizka and a few with Jaxto.
Alright, we have a addition here. We've got Jake.
Yo, buddy!
Yep. Live and in the house. 30 seconds to go until the game starts. If you want to load up your game and get in there and spectate.
Yeah, I'm going to spectators right now. What is it called?
1v1 sins. If anybody at home wants to spectate while the stream's open.
Has it started or is it paused? No.
No, unfortunately they put a delay on it, so a 3-minute delay, so we were filling. It's gonna start in 9 seconds.
Okay, I just accidentally took a couple screenshots of the lobby browser.
All right, loading into the game. Here. They are. Was it gonna show us pause? Oh man. Yes. Oh my god. We're gonna have to really chew these guys out for putting a delay.
Yeah, what's the delay? What's the delay time?
How long are we gonna wait?
So they put a 3-minute delay on it. We had to wait 3 minutes for the game to start.
They'll just have to uncheck a
They're,
box for the
they're
next
playing.
game.
Yeah, it's just a checkbox. They're already playing, and so it's not too bad. They'll probably tell us when they're done playing here. But we are just waiting here. Okay, we've got Jaxto in the south with the Mongols, and in the north Bohemians with Zizka. It looks like we were just to talk about the map gen here. I'd probably favor Zizka's because he has less front walls showing and he has a comparable amount of back area. Although his gold is forward, whereas Zizka's gold and stone are protected. So
Yes.
kind of balanced. Looks like we're gonna get started here in a second. All right, here we go. We've got one house for Jaxto, 2 houses for Zizka. There we go, second house going down. Jaxto already a little bit behind here. Gonna go ahead and keep it on all visible until we get some scouting going, just for clarity. Good stragglers on both of the TCs here.
Yeah, and thanks Easy for the intro. Yeah, I think the map-wise, it's always nice to have 4 deer. I think that's the most hunt you can get available on Arena, so that's nice for the Mongols to get their little boost. Definitely like the back stone for the Mongol. That's key. Their front gold can maybe be an issue, but you know you could always start with that. Really a nice setup for Jaxto. And then for Zizka, that side gold could become an issue, but I think that's pretty fine. A little trouble here with the deer first try is a whoa.
The deer is trolling him.
Yeah, so a little behind there, but yeah, I think the back stone is always helpful just in case castle drops and things come into play. And yeah, I think it's a pretty even map. I think it looks great.
If I had to guess, I expect both of these civs to probably go into the late game, as that's when they turn into real powerhouses and both of their strongest units shine. I think it'll be really interesting to try to see mass seed Hanakers versus the Hofnitze.
Yeah,
Those
I
things
think
move so fast, and the Hofnitze are just going to be chasing them around.
just going off civs and map, I would give it to Mongols in the late game specifically because Cav archers versus Bohemians is pretty tough. I mean, they have to respond with skirms, and then you get into the late game, and if you mass the siege onagers or even just rams by themselves, like, that's pretty powerful. I think it's more powerful than the hoof niche just one-on-one. Definitely in a team game would favor the Bohemians.
Yeah, there's very little that can deal with mass Mangadai and mass siege onager together.
Yeah.
Hofnitze would be the only thing that would even come close.
But it would be interesting to see. We know that the Bohemians have really good monk play, so that'd be kind of fun. A little bit dangerous versus horse archers, but yeah, should be a good matchup.
How does Zizka not have this last cow? It's pretty funny.
It's exploring.
Scared of the berry.
Oh, this is housed.
Allergic.
Oh no. A little rusty
How's it
rusty for
15?
Zizka. Hardest game. A little rusty. Has to get
Uh-oh.
loom.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know if
back.
I would get loom. I'd probably just idle on the arena. But
he decided to do that.
So
We have 3 on wood for Jaxto, and I don't know. Zizka's maybe going 3 or 4. Not sure yet.
We'll see if they straight FC or if they decide to go for light feudal play, get a little bit of map control to control the relics out in the middle of the field.
And then Jaxto's really behind on his second board, so kind of an awkward moment here where he's putting his whole eco on wood, except for a couple on food, and now just bringing in that board. Good to not keep him idle, but definitely slows down that food income. And here comes the board lure for Zizka. Has no problem now that he has loom, so. Oh, calculated.
Board correct.
I've seen him screw that up a number of times, so I'm glad he got it. That was good.
He nailed it. So far as 3 on berries, probably sending more soon. Also, it's interesting to note that Zizka has 8 villagers queued up in his town center.
Damn.
So,
I wonder
I
if
guess no feudal play.
If he's got 8, going to 25, that's too much for sure. But...
oh, scout bite. And so far they're dead even. Oh, this is key. Oh boy.
Who got the first hit?
Scout bite. It looks like Zizka's in the lead by an inch.
He should be.
I'm
Should have
giving
had
it
his
to
guy in
Zizka.
aggressive stance.
Oh, we're both wrong.
Oh.
Shouldn't be too bad with the
Why would he
Bohemian
take
house.
that fight, though? Having a scout is so key in 1v1s.
Yeah, that was.
It all depends on
Yes.
the first hit. Typically, when you're scouting and you're patrolling out in the middle of the field, you want to always be using patrol, and you want to always have your scouts set on aggressive stance. That way, in all situations, you take the first hit.
Interesting. I usually do
Good
stand ground, I think.
Yes.
No, defensive stance. Whichever the one where you don't stand one place. And
I
then
love the friendly talk.
And then
Yeah,
I do attack moves.
I love the friendly talk here. Definitely looked like Zizka did get the first hit, but oh well.
Yeah, I guess
Move
it was
on.
just aggressive and greed for that fight. They're so close that they probably both wanted it badly enough, but
So we have Jaxto on the way to feudal with 24 pop. Zizka's still in Dark Age, pumping out the fun stuff. Gets that house down in time. That hunt bonus definitely plays in its role to getting that faster castle, but I don't know. I think. Ooh, Zizka's moving a Vill out. Interesting. I mean,
Is he gonna see it?
Yep.
He does have
And-
one.
oh,
Get a scout.
revenge!
Nice.
oh,
That was masterclass.
Revenge of the Sith. He's even red for the color.
Ah non.
rip.
And the rip is called Big Smiley Face.
Barracks
Scouts
for
are down.
Jaxto. 3 on
Scouting.
gold for Zizka. Interesting.
Now he
Jsem
has a bit
připraven.
outside his walls. Let's see how he uses that. A little friendly banter. It's always fun. And honestly, the score difference is probably just the scouting.
Yeah, 100 OP. First to feudal, way ahead. Zizka only at 46%. Sable, Blacksmith's coming up. He's going for the relics. Outpost going up for Zizka on the right flank.
Interesting decision. That's definitely showing us that he's gonna have to do a modified boom or collect a little bit of stone, which is more idle time. Don't know. Interesting play.
So the other thing here is scouting is a very big difference. Zizka has much less of the map scouted.
Oh yeah, he
Jackson.
lost it right out the gate. Good
Oh
catch.
yeah,
think-
just way behind.
I think he's trying to catch up with the buildings and
Dat
the
boeg.
villager in the middle. Which is
What
good
I think is
play.
interesting here is that if this villager
Blacksmith
goes unseen-
market for Zizka, he may just stay in his base and go to imp.
If this village, yeah, if this villager goes unseen and Jaxto
Oh, no.
sees this, I wonder if he'll react in a bad
Oh,
way.
no.
Oh,
Woo,
we'll
woo,
fight.
Woo woo woo.
Woo, woo.
Dat boeg.
He should win that just fine.
The wolves are
But
He'll win that one, but the next one will probably
The next one
lose
will-
another wolf.
yeah, that's a great call.
Scouts out for Jaxto.
Jsem
Just
připraven.
sees it.
2 scouts.
Two scouts out. And he does not spot the villager. Oh, woo,
He
woo,
does
again.
see the rotting deer.
Quick
Rotting
wall.
wolf, though.
Quick wall. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a chance. Oh! Oh, what a play. Masterclass. Oh, masterclass.
Sorry.
Oh, that's a
wonderful.
beautiful
Wonderful
thing.
done. Oh, no, no.
No, no.
Calculated. He will get that down. I don't know how that villager is going to escape, but we'll keep you updated on that. We have at least a
He might die here. Hold on. Oh, okay, good.
20-second. Oh, he's trying to escape.
This guy
This
is
is the
going to
most
castle
active
halfway.
Žádáš.
And uh-oh.
What is he doing?
Diagro,
He's spending so
Diagro.
much micro.
Build the palisade.
Uh,
Nice.
Oh, calculated. Oh, let's go.
He's spending a lot of
I mean,
micro.
luckily. Oh no! Oh no!
Stáš Bůh.
Oh, no.
Okay. And a forward barracks.
What?
Uh-oh.
Just to save the villager? That's awesome.
And now Jaxto sees it with that extra scouting bonus. Huge,
Yep.
huge
Mongol
plays coming in
scouts.
with the.
He's gonna see how hard life that
Did we see
villager
a
has had.
knight? A knight from Zizka? Or from Jaxto? Interesting. Really wanting that firm map control. But
How-
very late on the second TC. Interesting decisions here.
Jaxto needs a few houses. There we go.
Going for a second TC. Is this
2
good second
TC approach from both.
This is interesting. I really would like to see Zizka delete that house next to a stone and drop it
Villagers
down
neck and
to
neck.
Here comes the knight. A forward stable now. Interesting. I would think that was going to be a monastery, but goes for the stable.
Ano.
Now, Zizka goes for the straight TC boom, 3 TC boom, which it looks like we'll see how he adapts here with the low wood. He could buy some. He would get a very good lead on Jaxto in the military because he does not know that Jaxto only has 2 TCs. So,
Well, if he's faking aggression by just building these military buildings, which it looks like he may not be, but if he were to fake it, then he could get an amp and just get gunpowder. That's what I would do, I think.
always a tricky matchup though. And
Step Lancer out.
it's interesting that
Co přikazuješ?
moment. Oh, see the monk. No, Zizka. He had a chance and he ruined that. Very disappointing moment. Bow, that's a big game changer. But the Vil is still alive somehow. Unreal. And now the
Keep an
forward
eye on him.
monastery. Okay. You're gonna have to do another quick wall masterpiece with these step lancers because they do have one range and they will poke right through that wall.
Oh, he got it!
Oh, nice.
But it's still in his walls.
Oh, the good old drop it in the base mode. Okay. And little do we know, he gets right by Jaxto's line of sight with the monastery.
That's crazy. Jack doesn't see it
That
at
is
all.
absolutely nuts. Villager's pretty much dead even. Jaxto's head by just 1. They're still both 2 TC booming. Jaxto obviously trying to save up some stone for that wonderful unit called the Mengudai. And now 3rd TC for Zizka, so he will eventually get ahead in the villager count. Oh, a market placement. I thought that might have been a TC. Nope, market in the back. So he will get ahead.
No, he's got a 3rd TC going up. Talking about Zizka?
And I'm talking about Jaxto. Jaxto does not have a 3rd TC, and Zizka will get ahead in villagers. Interesting placement to try to like.
How?
snag
Oh
the,
my god! How are the Step Lancers just missing the monks and the monastery?
And he sees the monastery now. He sees the Vil, and this is where quick
Quick
wall. But he can go through the wall.
Run away.
Well done.
He doesn't
I
see.
think now he's gonna
He
die.
doesn't see the monk though. Oh, don't go that
And
way.
the villagers. Oh, and this
Monk
GG
dead.
luck? Oh, unlucky for Zizka.
Always get Sanctity. Always.
So far it looks like it's 2 for Jaxto and 1 for Zizka, and Zizka's
Sanctity
not even
also-
trying to get another monk.
I think
Very
he also
interesting.
applies for the villagers too, for Bohemian, so even bigger.
Yeah, Sanctity and Fervor could come into
Fourth
play.
TC just went up
Fourth
for this
TC.
guy.
And the
TC
third
going up for
TC
Jaxto.
for Jaxto, so he's a whole TC behind. I love that booming in the corner.
Got a little bit of friendly fire from the step lancers here.
And I think Jackson, or well, that is a funny sight. Now, what would be interesting to see? Oh, he does have that hole, so he can go around. Never mind. What's interesting though, he has 600 gold in the bank, which is a lot of gold at this stage in the game in the arena.
I'd like to see him
And
buy
Spearman?
200 food to keep
Don't.
those TCs running.
And delete. There it is. Calculated. The power of God did not get that one.
Oh.
So the map control did work out for Jaxto. He will eventually get all 5 relics. So far he has 4, or technically 3. 4th on the way. Oh wait, what? There it is. 4th on the way, and you will get a 5th.
I'm kind of surprised with not how many mistakes this guy's playing, but just like with some of the choices. He wouldn't try. He kind of like half-assed the middle, I would say, for right now, from what I've seen in the past.
And we'll see how this works out for him. I think right now it's tricky. He didn't fight too much. He didn't put too much into it. We see Jackson put a lot more into it, and the population is paying for Zizka. It's a 10 villager lead.
That's true.
And I would much rather have a 10 villager lead in a booming game like that of a Lord of the Arena than anything else. So
Yeah, I mean, it could have been all part of his plan to kind of not put too much resources into the middle and kind of just focus on booming instead, which I think is really good. But I don't know, interesting game so far. These guys are
Jaxto on the way to Imp.
both really good players.
And Zizka's not even close. Now this is where the game could shift if we see a forward castle drop. Zizka has to know something's up. He's gonna have to defend. He has a university going down now. He
Castle
might have to
going
Defensive castle.
Interesting. With all the map control, does not feel confident going forward. It makes kind of sense with the good use of the Mega Knight, but
I
that
think he
could
wants to
be
keep those
that could be a
safe.
game
so
changer.
They don't get bombarded down.
Yeah. I would agree with
Wants to
that.
make sure those are his production buildings.
The other thing is that Zizka does have the houses in the middle, so he would have to place it on the right side next to the gold and the stone, or else Zizka would see it. So
That is
also
true.
that.
But a forward castle with stone is always a good play, but it's not. Yep, never happened. So we see pikemen. We have enough for a castle for Zizka.
Zizka going for the university, but he lost his monastery, so I don't know what's going to be his second building to get up. I wonder if he noticed that.
Yeah, that might delay him a teeny bit. I'm guessing he wants to throw in another monastery to get his packs for his villagers.
Much faster to build a monastery than it is to build a castle. And he's not even
Castle.
close to him.
Ziska has a lot of villagers queued. If he cleared out half those villagers, he could click up to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see how
He
he
Oh,
has
he just
close
did.
to
He just
10
did.
builds.
There it is. He's
Okay.
going
Yep,
up.
there he does. He catches
I
it.
was about to
there.
say, we'll see
Oh,
how
he
he
doesn't
reacts
have
to that.
he doesn't have the building. He's sitting at 1,000, 1,800. There it is. There's a
Oh,
monastery.
he notices now.
That's
Yep.
freaking hilarious.
Oh, bummer, he never got that down. Forward villagers, interesting. Okay, this could be a huge spot, but it's interesting
Castle drop
again
on the
how
resources.
Jaxto's had the map control. Oh, here it is. He's moving in. This moment could be huge. He took a risk. He took the castle, brought it outside his base. He's housed really badly.
I like that he's got the pikemen there to help defend his villagers, though.
I think the castle's definitely going up.
Castle's going up, but that could have been contested. It's really interesting how Jaxto's kind of focus on killing things over here. We know that the Bohemian stable is really not that good. We see arson, we see squires, we see villagers, we see old pikemen, which
We
is
see London,
really,
we see France.
really a good move.
Please don't show me your underpants.
Oh, and let's
He's
see
going
if
out.
villagers. I
Will
don't
he
think
see it? Nope. Those villagers do not have a good line of sight.
it's interesting. Zizka's really saving on to res. He's now getting all the infantry techs. He has a ton of gold in the bank, which can be used for Hoofnice. For how you say that.
Mangadai with the Trebs
The
on the
buildings
way.
have really given him time, which is key. Chemistry is a huge, huge boost in this matchup where you can research it in the Castle Age if you're just watching and trying to figure out how that's possible. This is the only civ in Age of Empires that can research chemistry in Castle Age.
Unless you cheat.
Unless you cheat and you put all checks on. And, you know. So Jaxto has now seen the situation. He has a Treb on the way, and would see if he trickle Trebs or he waits. And it's hard because even though Mongols have really good support units, they have one of the best units in the game of Mangadai, they do not have bombard cannon. So those can be the game changers in a arena game. So we'll see how
Chemistry is finishing.
beautifully timed. And honestly, with a little bit of adjustment, we could see Hoofnice from the very beginning. And it'll be Al Hoofnice from the beginning of him.
Let's get it in.
Al was clicked. And no? Interesting. I definitely would have clicked.
No range units from Zizka.
And
yet.
wow, look how much gold he just put on. 35 on gold, 124 bills. We see a castle drop and the Trebs. This is a big moment. 100 bills to 125. Everything leads up to right here.
Does he know about the other
Mangadai,
castle there?
and they hold. We see castle drop. We see the castle foundation. No Treb, no siege. Interesting decision from Zizka. No reaction even. Just how just came in. A Treb is now on the way.
Uh-oh.
There's the Hoofnice upgrade, and this game's about to get crazy if he can just hold for the next 10 minutes.
Because that's how long Hoofnice takes. Hold for 10 minutes, and then you'll have Hoofnice.
The Howls are definitely doing work, but that was really well cleaned up by the Steppies and the Mangadai. No repairs on the cat. Oh, there's the repairs.
Cherche coming
Now, I
out.
would go for the castle
Alone
here.
in front of the
Nice
Mangadai.
one.
What are you doing?
I would go for the castle here instead of the Trebs personally, but I think he's clicked on the Treb. The chemistry gives a little bit more intense moments. Oh, he drops it back to the castle on his base to hold on. No.
Coming out. Castle in the back. He needs to build a bunch more military production buildings in his base. If
Yeah,
the bombard
he needs to
cannon,
expand now.
the bombard cannon coming out is not going
Is
to do
there
anything.
any chance that this siege workshop goes down by the Trebs? He needs to hold that siege workshop for the next
10
3
minutes. Oh, okay.
He needs to mass his helps. The bombards will be worthless without protection. Please don't.
Yeah, the
And
bombard's going to pop
Hoofnice-
out here on the right.
Keep the bombard inside. Keep it inside.
Oh, he got it in his base.
Good job.
Good.
Dang it.
Okay, and just as Easy Living was saying, he needs to expand. He's expanding to the left now. I like that. He's going to the stone. He's got a siege workshop going down. Oh, please don't open up the gate. Oh, goodness. That Treb is a goner. The castle is perfectly placed. Okay, we see the tactics coming in that gives all gunpowder faster movement. Skirms now being made. I did not see ballistics and or
He's making
Yeah,
another
ballistic.
Hoofnice in the forward siege workshop. What are you doing?
oh no.
Oh no. Well, maybe he's gonna pop out and give a pop to
They
Mangadai.
pop one out and he loses it immediately to the
No.
Mangadai, and he's just trickling in the trend. He's really down wood. The stress is real. You can
He's
see
got 3k gold. Buy the wood butter.
we could see,
I do.
yeah, or sell some food and do that. We see a pikeman raid on the left now, observing
Oh!
everything going on.
He gets both Trebs. Let's
It
go.
is the push.
Oh, and the push is stalled. The push is currently stalled for Jaxto. Rams are coming in.
I
He
want to
does not
see
have-
end cannoneers, man. Come on.
He does not have any upgrades for those Rams. I would love to see a couple things. Also, from that forward stable, we could see some raids. That would be interesting. If Zizka notices that villager now going to stone, he could pop out a couple knights, get this anything to distract his push. That is slowed down dramatically. And we see now another Hoopnies coming out, but it looks like Zizka has cleaned that up and is getting it from the forward siege workshop.
Archery range going down on the left.
Very, very stressful times. Still missing very many upgrades for his fast units, which are definitely superior. As long as he can get this moving. Ballistics now coming in. Bracer now coming in. Blast Furnace, wonderful. He needs houses badly. And we see much, much more eco for the Zizka, and this is going to be a fun one, boys.
So it's good to know also that we have
Party,
147 villagers for Zizka versus the 121 for Jaxto.
I got the treads.
At this point, I would say that the villagers are getting to be a hindrance on the military numbers that he needs, because he's just trickling out house, which is doing it for now, but he needs those hoofknees, he needs mass skirms.
Okay, we see a skirm raid on the left. Good, he noticed the gold. That'll slow down and distract him a little bit. We see a treb. No repairs on the castle, which is interesting. I'd love to see that happen. This can get really out of hand if this castle finishes, which it looks like it will. Perfectly executed, but we do have Hoopnies now coming out, and we see what it looks like. Maybe a misclick to camels. A massive raid though on the left, just losing bills left and right. And here comes the push on the left side. And if this Hoopnies number gets out of hand, this could be a fun game. Oh, and here comes the Megadai to clean up the Hoopnies. Skirms.
Don't think he has enough
okay,
skirms to
notice
clean it up.
Co przykazujesz?
Which
We see
one?
a fire. Bummer.
Ano, co
Now
przykazujesz?
it's still hurting us to see that
Służba.
Castle going down.
he kills a Treb, hitting that down. He only has one siege workshop in his base. I would love to see maybe one or two more, but the stress is real. You
He's
see
still
more
making
archery.
more villagers too, which I think.
It's a very common thing when you're stressed to just keep making villagers, keep making. The army counts are just insane though for Jaxto.
Yeah.
Can he snipe that? Oh, and it's sniped, no repairs. The GG could be called soon. There is no, he has so much in queue, but he can't do anything about it. Pressure came too quick. Megadai are in his base. We see a massive exodus of villagers running toward the ram. That'll be taken out. No garrison on the TC. That Hoopnies number has not been able to maintain or grow. We need a back siege workshop, and the Hoopnies are still coming forward. It is an interesting play. And that how, as you've been saying, it really hurt him. And here comes the, oh my goodness, boom, one gone, two gone. He can't get the Hoopnies going, even though he has so much production building and so much movement.
You know, I think he just went to archery ranges way too late here. It's a shame that he needed more skirms. Really good,
He needed more skirms.
gameplay from both sides though.
Always hard to know exactly how to respond, but we know that the Megadai is coming. Definitely could have used those skirms. Ironically, this woodline's about to get massacred. I don't know if I see a comeback here, and
GG from Zizka. Game 1 goes to Zizka. Well, thanks for sticking with us, folks, after the little bit of delay. That was a really good game. I think that at the end of the day, the Megadai Trebuchets just really clinched it. He didn't even need the unique tech for the speed on the battering rams. Just kind of went in there. Yeah, it's a really good game. He had really good map control. Didn't let the left side get out of hand. Man, Jaxto, killing it. And let's go ahead and bring in our two contestants. All right, we got Zizka and Jaxto here. How'd you guys feel about that game? All right. Cool.
Good talk, boys.
Good
Well
talk.
played, Jaxto. Well played.
Yeah, really good.
Can you guys hear me?
Sorry, I didn't have my headset on. Was there a question?
How do you feel?
How
What
do
are
you
your thoughts?
feel after that game?
Tired. Very tired. I think production was the name of the game. At least that's what it felt like for me. I could not get enough folks out. Also, I keep forgetting to get archer armor on skirmishers. That's a important bit too.
Your
Yeah.
Vilhai was also 152, which is, I don't know,
I don't think I ever got pop cap though.
a little bit. Very small amounts. Pop cap it.
I don't know if you ever did.
In the
It looked
beginning,
like
you
you're-
did.
No, yeah, but.
Oh, yeah, I
It
got-
looked like you're stress making bills. Like
Uh,
bill making a little bit.
I have a rotation that I do, and I really don't turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hear me?
I just couldn't get enough wood to build production buildings until the end when I didn't need it.
Yeah, I think you're right. The protection. I mean, your largest army was half of his, and he had gold units. But I mean, there was some really good response. You took map control in the beginning, which was really good. We thought you'd hold that longer than you were able to, but it was really good.
my single villager that I went out because I forced loom because I housed myself. That one.
Yeah, that was a
Mhm.
special start. But you recovered to a point that got there, but it was just it was an interesting in between game. I wonder if you just would have gone straight to boom, it would have been better. But
Yeah, no, that would have been the option. I think Van and I were talking about that yesterday. I kept changing my mind on what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I think that was. Then I forgot. Like, I honestly mid Castle Age forgot what I was playing, and I had all the stats to go up to imp, but it wasn't imp.
Yeah, that was. We were talking about that. You lost the monastery. Did you think? Were you thinking in your head like, "Oh, I have a monastery and I just built a"?
I did. Yeah.
very common.
But even before that, I could have clicked imp to imp probably 3 minutes before that if I
Oh,
just
yeah.
would've
Yeah.
Mhm.
done it. I was just like, I'm building farms.
Yeah, you got ahead, but it was, yeah.
Well, the good news is that you get to pick the next map. Did you have a choice in mind?
No. Hey, Jaxto, was that laggy for you, buddy?
No, it's alright. You guys hear me?
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
that's much better.
Before we couldn't.
Okay. Yeah, so that game, I've been making a little house several times. And then this one time they got 1600 things. So definitely, I was taking advantage of taking the map control, but letting it go slip a little bit. But I think once Magna get going, it's really hard to catch up to that. So. And even if I had to, I could have text switched to step in first. So I think once I got the meat going, it's really hard jumping back to the game.
For sure. Yeah, getting the all the relics in the map controls probably what sent you into the victory pool. So yeah. You have a good amount of choices, Zizka, for your next map. So let us know when you're ready.
Sorry, I was talking to my daughter. What was easy?
You have the choice for the next map.
Jsem připraven.
Oh, I forget the map pool.
You got Highland, Fortress, Hideout, Yucatan.
Has anybody played Highlands yet?
Yes, we have played
Is there
Highlands.
Any of the? Is there any maps that have not been played yet?
Hideout? I want to say. I think they've all been played, but I think Hideout might be the least. I think there is 2 maps on Highland. Most have been Fortress. Yeah.
Do Hideout.
Do Hideout?
Yeah, Hideout's been the least played for sure.
That sounds fun.
Ano?
All right. So, same as before, but please don't put a delay because
Okay, let me.
Rivers, Moats, Highlands, Hideout, Fortress, Yucatan, and they've all been played at least.
if anybody
Or
in
Team
chat
Moats.
has the
No, wait.
actual
Team Moats has
number.
not been played.
Which one? Team Moats?
Team Moats has never been played.
Oh, that's in the map pool? God, I'm terrible.
No,
Can I change my
Yeah.
bind and do emotes?
Yeah, of course.
that's been played before. Or maybe said this.
Yeah, Team Moats has not ever been played.
I'll say something else. You two are gonna goddamn.
Okay. Aim.
And just go ahead and tell me when you guys are starting the game, and I'll put you back in the lock channel, and then just DM me when you're in the game and pause.
What civs do I have?
You are left with Portuguese, Poles, Teutons, and Spanish. And Jaxto is left with Saracens, Byzantines, Spanish, and Koreans. Actually, I should leave those up. Alright, so go ahead and just DM me when you guys are in the game and paused. Alright. And yeah, those Mangadai, man. I feel like Mangadai, even though they're so good, they're still like underrated. I don't really see a lot of people play Mongols these days. I never play Mongols.
Mangadai is a really good unit. It's a super special unit, and yeah, can be tricky to get to, but with these closed maps, it's a perfect arrangement for it. So well played.
All right, going into game 2 a little bit faster here. Loading in. And we have Zizka. Wait, what? Why'd that turn off? That's weird.
Start the game already!
Zizka on the right with the Poles. Jaxto on the left with the Byzantines. Not civs that I would have picked. I would have gone Spanish. Especially, man, for those cannon galleons, if you get that late and somehow you are able to use them, cannon galleons would be so fun on a 1v1.
It would be a fun strategy. Yeah. So here I am, JD and Easy once again. The maps are pretty much identical. As you can see, you have a moat around your base. You have a little bit of gold. You have a little bit of stone. You have a little bit of berries, and a little bit of wood. And the rest you have to expand and explore. The map itself has pretty evenly spread out of res. Not a ton, but it all adds up. 5 relics, and it's going to be a fun matchup.
Yeah, I think the res on the map slightly favors Jaxto, just a little bit, not too much. I'm sure that we'll see the greed in the form of the dock and fishing ships. This is one of the few open maps that we have. I think it's just this one, Hideout, and Yucatan are the 3 technically open maps, but we wanted to go with a theme of closed maps, and this is kind of like a hybrid.
Zizka has gone into, and he's been engaged by Jaxto. Another rough start from the scout, and Jaxto just trying to be as aggressive as possible. And Zizka's going to have to be forced to come home. Sorry, continue.
I was just talking about how we wanted Lord of the Noobs to be more of a closed engagement. That's why we picked all the closed maps, Hideout, Fortress, etc. But then also we picked maps like these where they could be closed off pretty easily. Also, Team Moats is kind of just like it's a fun map. Not too serious.
Another scout engagement.
Really trying to get Jaxto over to his side, but he is not having it.
Oh boy, this is key. Big villager fight. We see the Poles have the advantage because they regenerate, and Jaxto's trying to greedily wall off Zizka's water. And so we see a big forward and a wall denial, and we'll see if Zizka can try to stop that from going down. It looks like Jaxto's horse was destroyed or killed, whatever you want to use. And now...
yeah, I'm sorry for the lack of commentary while that was happening, folks. I
continue on. So now Zizka have gone all the way forward with these pole bills. And is now welling up.
Jaxto does not see it yet. Jaxto does not see it.
And that pause could have been... Oh, and now we see another... Oh, this is going to be so key. So...
Doesn't see it.
Still doesn't see it. We have 2 vills and a scout. This villager could easily be killed.
Sees one vill, sees one vill. Sees 2 vills.
I wonder... Oh, and the scout doesn't engage. Interesting. Now goes around. Okay, that is a dead vill for sure.
That scout going around was key. That was good.
Lost the scout, and oh my goodness, the pathing was really dumb there. That was really messed up and blocked every single thing. We see a new villager coming out from Jaxto.
If Zizka puts down a gate, he could have it, but he's not going to be able to have it with just the walls. Oh my god.
And now he loses the scout, but the regenerating vills really play a key here. He's trying to wall in this villager to make sure he can't escape. It looks like they did that, and we have a massive vill. Oh, and he didn't get the final wall down. A disaster for Zizka. Oh my goodness. I mean, massive idle time, but not exactly the start. This is getting wild, folks.
This is ridiculous. He had it so close. So close.
Messy.
Massive resources dumped into this push from both sides. Villagers neck and neck here.
We see a dock and a fish up for Jaxto already. He's going for the short fish. We know it collects slowly, a little bit slower than normal fish, but that is going to be a helpful long term. As we've already mentioned, the wood is key to get outside, and we now see a far lumber camp on the left side. And as Jaxto's eating up the rest of the bill and Zizka, the rest of the wood in their town.
Him getting out a dock and a fishing ship before Zizka is actually going to prove pretty huge. I think we're going to see Jaxto ahead on food until we see the full works come into full play.
Are there any deep fish
fully
on
working,
this map?
that is?
There are no...
Full working?
Yeah, full working. There are no deep fish, only short fish on Moats.
I see.
And yeah, so there's no deep fish, but we do see that Jaxto's ahead by 1 villager, it looks like.
I love this aggression, though. I love the Polish tower rush, which I hope is happening. Yep. Forward on stone, which is actually really interesting that he's going for that stone instead of the one in his base. I think it signifies aggression.
Not only that, but Jaxto can almost see him taking that stone.
30% into feudal age here.
If the villager paths around on the on the left side, Jaxto could notice that. That could be the difference of the game. Very interesting decision to go for the forward stone, as you mentioned. I don't understand quite the thinking of that. We have now looks like our first fishing ship for Zizka. And we already know he's 3 ahead.
I don't
So scouting's
know.
gonna be key.
I don't know how many fishing ships is the correct amount for this amount of shorefish. Maybe 5, 6. But it's gonna be like that. That food is gonna be huge, especially now that Jaxto and Zizka have used almost all of their meat.
So civ matchup wise, we know that we'll start with the Byzantines that has extra HP on their walls.
Here we
A
go.
very quote unquote defensive civilization. They
Oh.
have cheap trash.
Is he going for? Is he going for a freaking? What's that drop? I thought he was going for a tower rush. Beautiful Jaxto. What's he
And
going
so
for?
the
He has to drop. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we'll see what happens. So we see the cheap civ or cheap trash from the Byzantines, and Poles are known for their knights and their cheap knights for that matter. Their knight spam, and many other things such as the Obush. They have fully upgraded arbs in the late game. Lots of options for the Poles, and we now see the full work and farms coming up now for Zizka in the back, and that's also a unique bonus where their full work produces, I believe, still 10% of their food immediately as they finish a farm, and they can look perfectly. That's the main key of any Polish farmers.
Here we go. On the left side, we see a scout coming into the big old base that Jaxto is trying to make. Let's go into the scout here. Oh my god, he sees it all. That's gonna be big. Spearman coming out. Jaxto really trying to get that map control, and I think he's gonna go ahead and clinch it on the left side, which is huge. But also on the other side of that, Zizka seeing that there is that amount of villagers there means that if he did castle drop his main island, it wouldn't be as big of a detriment to Jaxto as he thought.
And it looks like a tower, a forward tower, as we see the click up from Jaxto. I think he was missing a building, so it took him a second to recognize. We have a lot of villagers now migrating toward this wood to try to deny the wood. Very interesting decision. Don't know if it's the play. I actually don't agree with it. I mean, Zizka is ahead, mostly because of scouting, but denying this wood doesn't change much. Just makes Jaxto move to the wood line right below it. I don't know if that's the play.
We also have massive villager idle time. Zizka isn't even going up to castle, whereas Jaxto's about, let's say, 40% there. I agree, this is not what I would do, but I think it will push him back, give him a little bit of map control for a bit. I think that Zizka just doesn't know that he's already halfway to castle. That might be the biggest thing in the game right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you look at the res, the aggression is going to pay off because there is lack of wood. The idle time is kind of insane for both, but really, Jaxto can't even afford a knight right now. So I don't know if it's really the play. I think
at the moment.
I think what I would do if I were Zizka is wall off his forward what do you call it? Production buildings here, because that could be really interesting. Then the unit can't even come out. Obviously, it doesn't matter too much, but it would distract a little bit, and we're going to see castle in just a couple seconds.
Really interesting plays here from Zizka. Just so much aggression. We'll see how it plays off. I mean, when you're on the defensive like that, I will say that it is a lot harder to deal with than being aggressive. I'd say being aggressive is a little bit easier than being on the defensive, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
There's more villager walking around. I think the first thing I would do is wall up that stable. He's gonna see a knight pop out.
See that.
And
once this goes up, knight
no
pops
quick
out.
walls.
Boom. Sees the TC.
Quick
Interesting.
ball. Lost one vill, 2 vills.
Do waszych
The
usług.
archer is in now.
Witajcie.
That would have
Gotów
been funny if that
jestem.
Vil could just walk right through. 2 Vils down and 2 knights are out, and this
Oh my
is
god.
not good for
Rozkazania?
Zizka at all.
Jakieś rozkazania?
Oh boy. Quick wall. Got the first one down. Oh, and he did not get the second one down.
Tak.
So another
Going
2
to
Vils
that
down.
watchtower.
He's going to stonewall now the front, which I actually really like that. If we can get
Witajcie.
those walls down. And
Knights just popping out.
Zizka's on his way down, on his way to Castle Age. We see 3 fishing ships for Zizka and 4 fishing ships for Jaxto. The wall is able to be complete, and 3 knights are key. Now, if I were in Zizka's shoes, I would be walling up my main base so that my bulwarks cannot be raided.
Gotów
But
jestem.
looks like that's not the decision
Rozkazania?
being made, as Zizka still is trying to lock down these stone walls in the front, which is not going to work.
Witajcie.
Yeah, really interesting reaction from Zizka here. I don't know
I
if
mean-
he just switched over to this area
Gotów
and
jestem.
started
Owszem.
microing in another part of the base and kind of let this die a little bit more. It just
Do
sucks
waszych
because
usług.
he had such good aggression and now he has to deal with having spearmen against knights. You're right, having his front open is going to be really bad. I don't know why he hasn't considered doing that or moved anything towards that. But if Jaxto decides to, he can just go into his main base and kill those full works like you said.
So here comes 5 spearmen. That will deal with
Jakieś
Yellow Knight.
rozkazania?
Now, I like the stable. I like
Do
how he's
waszych
still
usług.
building the stone walls so they can't do much. If this does get cleaned up, I would definitely preference still.
Yeah, at this point we have a 10-11 Vil lead from Jaxto. It's going to be really hard for
Witajcie.
Zizka to clean up here
Rozkazania?
and get back into macroing.
So-
Single knight takes out the tower on the left-hand side, by the way.
Yeah, that's being chipped away. He gets the pikeman upgrade. And Zizka has a chance here. Zizka has a chance to make some key decisions. He definitely needs gold. I don't know if he's going to realize that. I think Zizka has a shot to make a kind of a dash for build a couple knights, and he could do a risky castle drop. He has options, but we'll see how he responds. A camel now for the Byzantines, which is cheaper, and we have a massive housing situation as houses go down to the main island. We have a relatively close game. Oh, this is a big engagement. Oh, okay, it's noticed by
Jakieś
Jaxto, so we went
rozkazania?
away.
Very interesting game. Still 12 Vil difference. Those 3 knights moving around is really big. You know, there's been so much time having 2 TCs up for Jaxto that I'm really, I don't know, I was favored for Zizka for this bout, but it's not going so well.
Stressful game for both. Okay, so Zizka does have a market to help him balance some things. We see archers being somewhat beginning to mask for the Byzantine player, which is probably a good option. We have a transport ship now being made. That's probably to transport some Vils. And I love now this side expansion because naturally Jaxto either goes to the base he already has, which Zizka's having on lockdown, or he goes to the other side and Zizka will automatically notice it. And I think cavalry's gonna... Oh, a big raid on the wood line. And Garrison? Nice. So
He'll
will
lose
be
that one
cleaned up
knight
now.
if he micros. Okay.
That
He'll
will be cleaned up.
lose. Oh, 4
That
HP.
villager building the gate will... No!
Oh, I wonder if that villager could have. No, it would have done 1 damage. So. Maybe not. Kind of funny. Last game, Zizka's problem. You know, you could have said that he had too many villagers, but on this game, it's the opposite.
And I like making him react to just stonewalling. That just makes it more awkward. I mean, that's a big reaction. That's forcing some idle time is going to help anything he can, as he's down by 10 villagers. And so we see archers being made, but not a single upgrade. Now, it is interesting to note that Byzantine's Imp is cheaper, and so you could see a fast arb play here if he gets the second building down, but he's lacking wood dramatically. We see How's Jaxto is falling behind a little bit here, and as this game goes on, and Zizka tries to make a plan, I could see him flooding knights if he gets the unique tech and a castle down. I think that would be my natural transition, but we'll see.
University going up for Jaxto. I was actually, gonna comment on the same thing, that we haven't seen any pikes. We only have one barracks from Jaxto. He's going Expo. But we do have 2 stables on the right-hand side, and knights are starting to pop out for Zizka a little bit late. He does have the armor. It looks like he is prioritizing upgrades for the knights. The left side is still open for Jaxto, but he does have that 10 Expo ball, which should take out the single knight, who looks like to be just scouting.
Okay, now his first upgrades are just coming in,
And he's
that's
gone.
going to be
Interesting.
It's going to be helpful to know that pikemen should not keep advancing, but that is no more lost units. It looks like we're focusing on transport ship to maybe. Oh, this could be interesting. I wonder if he's going to go for a castle right on his face. And Jaxto's housed again. Wow.
Ooh, that would be really cool. I would like to see that. But unfortunately, Jaxto does have his own transport ship, so in theory, well, it may be too late now, but he could get the crossbows over.
And it's interesting because of the Byzantine bonus
Here we
here of the
Castle
amazing.
drop.
I
Sorry.
might see a castle drop on both
that is
faces.
a bad placement. Why there? Honestly, the demo ship could ruin his day. Oh no, Zizka. And he's still not walled at all. And he should know that he's about to get castle dropped or something. Zizka, do something.
Returning
There's a wall.
fire.
Zizka, react. Zizka, where are you, my friend?
Which is gonna go first?
A tower? That is not what I expected. Pikemen could do some damage here. We see knights now.
Rozkazania?
Oh, bummer.
4,
Imp is
5,
gonna go in.
6, 7,
96,
8,
97,
9.
98,
Here
99.
goes
Goes up.
Gotów
Now,
Garrison.
Zizka,
No garrison.
No garrison. Zizka needs to get this unique tech as fast as possible. I know it's been increased, so I don't know exactly the cost at the moment, but it's 500 and 300. No, it's the same price.
Another tower. Interesting.
I would love to see him research that tech because that could be the only use out of that castle, as we know that Trebs are most likely on the way, and they are. So it's very interesting that he queued up a bunch of knights without the Slavic privileges with the Fort Castle.
So that Fort Castle also going against the Jaxto Castle, which is Byzantine, so it's going to have 2,000 more HP. So, you know, just because Castle is probably going to go down unless he invests heavily in Saboteur, Petards, I mean. But this crossbowman right here is probably going to be, I would say, the end of Zizka. I mean, it just really seems like there's not much to do.
I feel like Zizka felt like he was on the back foot the whole game, but he really wasn't. Pole's late game could do some number. I really would like to see him finish the wall at least of his base. It is interesting that we do not see Arb click yet. We do not see we do have Bracer, but not Arb, not even Chemistry.
Well, remember the Arb's upgrade was drastically made more expensive recently,
That's
so...
true, but it should have enough still.
Oh, yeah.
And still more towers. Is
Zizka does have the Vil lead. Interesting, I did not realize that.
And it just looks like this is really too much under stress. And honestly, what's a bummer for him is he did not spot any really extra gold on the map, so that could be different. He's missing the 2 piles on the sides. He's streaming in knights one at a time. That's going to be hurtful. He still doesn't have enough stone for anything. He's idled his own TC.
This is so...
It's painful to
Doesn't
watch.
matter.
I mean, he can easily come back, but his just guard tower even researched. Interesting decision. And Zizka still has the Vil lead. He just is in that panic stress mode. Just break more Vils. And the GG's called. Painful.
I wonder what he's gonna think when he sees these golds just out of his reach. You know, because he had 31 gold.
Well, friends, it was a 2-0. Don't think we do. This is best out of 3, correct?
Yeah.
So, Jaxto takes the gold medal, or whatever you want to say. Well played to both contestants and all that's played so far in the Sins of the Night Lord of the Arena tournament.
Really
GG.
close games, really tough, well-fought games here. Love the aggression, always more entertaining. Sorry again for the delay in the beginning of that arena game, but you know what came out of it was really special. It was special. I'm gonna go ahead and drop Jaxto and Zizka in here. Just realized that I forgot to mute and deafen you. I hope you guys weren't singing too many insults.
I took my headset off and forgot about it.
Interesting. Wow, what a game. I was hoping that you would see those gold piles, Zizka, on the left.
Yeah, I realized I hadn't been on gold for like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, well, I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I wish I should have bought 2 Vils forward, man. I would have kept you in there like sooner.
What was that?
I would have bought 2 Vils instead of the one. I would have had you.
Oh, at the start? Yeah. I mean, I had to... Did I have villagers out at that point? No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, you guys are both going for the aggro on the walling each other in. That was really cool.
What's funny is it doesn't actually do that much on that, since you typically put a dock up and you can just transport out anyway, but it's funny.
Yeah, definitely. You had the one space, Zizka, and you would have had him in the beginning.
Well, I know. His villager was sitting on it. I couldn't figure out how to get it off.
Yeah. That was a... It's also funny to see that the beginning, like the Jaxto's first 3 nights, just killed so much.
Yeah, I it's I don't know. It was funny. It was like I need to figure out how to do something here. What am I gonna do? I can make archers. Archers seem.
Archers are. Really
I am in a good frame of mind at the moment.
No, those are great games. Made it farther than I did. Made it farther than JD did too.
I think the only comment I had was if you would have put your castle in your base, it probably would have been a whole different game.
No, I could put my castle up. Like, do you see how much stone I had?
Yeah, and I was like, you literally are dead right now, and you still have enough for another castle. It's like insane.
Yeah, I was like, so I was originally gonna do it for funsies, was just to put a castle over there, and I thought, I don't know why I sent the pikes. For some reason, I was thinking they could break through faster. Pikes are known for their wall killing, I guess.
I wanted to demo them.
Yeah. It was. I was just doing stuff.
Yeah. But I just thought if you put the castle inside your base, you would have been able to shot down at least the tower rush, and then you would have had your 2 bulwarks back. It would have been a whole different ballgame. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Great games. Either you guys have anything to say before I go ahead and end stream?
Nope.
Any businesses you want to shout out?
That's a lot funner than arena change.
All right, well.
Sins the night for the win.
More fun.
All right, boys. We're gonna end it there.
Oh, did you guys see how I lost my scout in the first game?
In the first game, yeah, you guys fought each other with the scout.
Yeah, I know. I had an extra hit on him that's why I looked away, because I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm going to lose this. And then
Did you end up having it on aggressive stance?
No, it was on sound ground. but
Yeah,
I was attacking him.
No, they were very neck and neck. I think it might have been like a server tick thing where your guy was hitting in between ticks and it took Jaxto's as the next hit. Something like that. It was very close.
Yeah, but I was thinking between HP, they were HP was exactly the same. His animation looked like it hit first. So I ticked him. I hit him once. I ran off, and then he came back. I mean, I turned around. And when I turned back around, he got in the first hit.
Yeah.